We want to thank the freedom fighters of Ambazonia for releasing us without any ransom fee and for their hospitality. Thank you very much.
My country people them. Now the Reverend Fathers them that and the people them that way the Ambazonia terrorists they kidnapped them on the 16th of September 2022 from Nchang Village from Manyu, where they burned down the Catholic Church and they take away these people them hold them for ransom. And my understanding from my investigation, I say they pay a ransom of more than 10 million francs CFA before they release them. The Reverend Fathers and all those people they will not see for that video, they're currently going through medical checkup with the Cameroon military as I speak. They will be released yesterday, the 22nd of October 2022, where it means that they hold them ransom for bush for more than 1 month. Now, my country people, then, a few things that they will not get to understand about which way it happened for these Reverend Fathers, them the kidnapping for Manfe, and we'll get a bigger picture where things the way that it happen only inside Manyu. Make we leave Bui, we leave Momo, we leave Goketunja and all the other divisions then. Make we focus on Manyu for a second. Now, the mistake where Anglophone Cameroonians they make them in general. Now say they get this belief, say if they try to appease the Ambazonia terrorists, if they no rattle their cage, if they lie for them, cover up, then it is so, maybe they could be saved. First of all, in the beginning, time when the Amba terrorists, they will go kidnap these Reverend Fathers them from Nchang Village on the 16th of September. Even the bishop will be come up from Manfe, it come from Nchang Village. It tell them, say, this thing it be committed by Wuna own picking for this village. The same village as them inside that village, they try to lie. In front of the bishop, he face the one for talk say no, they are not from this village. Or they want make you believe, say, no, in the Amba terrorists, they commit the atrocity. Finally, just 4.5 weeks later, the same victims, the way they kidnap them, they record the video, they talk about it. Est-ce qu'on a not hear they talk about their own mob?
We want to thank the freedom fighters of Ambazonia.
They be forced at gunpoint for thank the Ambazonia terrorists, they call themselves freedom fighters. Make I explain something for now. The Anglophone youth, where they carry chaka from Kradai gun, they go for bush, where they make up less than 1% of the population. They want the freedom for legalized armed banditry, the freedom for take drugs openly, the freedom for kidnap, kill people them and destroy your properties without any accountability, without taking responsibility, without being able to be caught and sent to prison. That is the true freedom fighting where they talk about. There is no Anglophone cause where they are fighting for. None. If there was any Anglophone cause, they don't can rubbish that cause. Anglophones, the way they crisis, they want education, they want schools, they want roads, they want hospitals. You know what where the Ambazonia terrorists they don't do? As I be talk, make a focus only for Manyu. Now, as I be tell now, Manyu, that division where it don't face the greatest Ambazonia terrorist atrocities them in the whole of Cameroon. Make us start, make us look at just the atrocities where they happen for 2022, where we still in October, we still get 2 more months to go, a whole November and a whole December. Now, when I remember QRC Okoyong, now Catholic institution as well, one of the biggest and most prestigious school for girls them in the whole of Cameroon. On the 11th of February 2022, Ambazonia terrorists, they go for they go burn them. Of course, once again, the Catholic Church, it try to shield them. Once again, the same victims of their terrorism, they try to pretend like say it no happen. They no one for call them. They no one for tell them straight saying that Amba terrorists they commit the atrocity. Now for Manyu, for Manfe, QRC Okoyong. When I remember the hospital, the general hospital for Manfe, the same Ambazonia terrorists, they burn them. As usual, they try to deny them. When I remember, so for Manfe Mile 2 Park, that one be happening on the 28th of April 2022. Ambazonia terrorists, they go for there, they burn motor them, they kill taxi drivers them, and then they kidnap people them, they take and go for bush, and then they collect ransoms. Now only for Manyu. Now only for 2022. Now, we also talk about Reverend Father Eboka. When I remember Reverend Father Eboka, that one in June 2021, where it also be kidnapped, they also pay ransom, it come out, and as they come out, they never ever do press conference or press release or a statement in the public. I will talk about that in a second. July this same 2022, when now only a few months ago, 3 months ago, when I remember for Akwaya, Berlin, when I remember the Amazonia massacre, for they killed about 30 people then. For that particular massacre, Reverend Funky for now Baptist Mission, or now which one? Yes, where on a Presbyterian, where it be write some rubbish, publish and say the talk say this on an intertribal conflict. Wrong. It was Amazonia terrorist atrocity where they commit them. And now these kind of instances, then when you get people them in high position of office, of power, where they get the voice and the ability for fight back, but they choose for try to play the game of appeasement. And when I see how it backfire they go. Now, Manyu, it also be now one of the divisions that way. If I go for Nigeria, when I go say and say this, so about 90% of all the refugees the way they inside Nigeria, they come on from Manyu. Now, one of the unique dynamic that the greatest Amazonia terrorist atrocities them that happen from Manyu. Another unique dynamic now, Manyu, the Amba terrorists the way they be based for the now Manyu picking them. Now Manyu picking them. Yes, they get 1 or 2 of them when they're mercenaries and bandits them and criminals the way they don't hire them from Nigeria for can't terrorize the communities them inside Manyu. But now who hired them? Now Manyu picking them. If you go for Fako, Meme, and Ndian, and some other places, them you see and say this, so there is a slight dynamic. Says some of the Pekin, the way they terrorize those communities, them they not being indigenous from that community because their parents, them or their grandpapa, them they migrate from different areas, then they come for this, so they don't see themselves as indigenous Oroko, indigenous Baluwe, indigenous people the way they come on from Fako and all of those things. Them so they get that slight tendency, say they feel destroy an area where they feel like say it's not home. But for Manyu, now the greatest Amazonia terrorism where they happen. But now all Manyu picking them, they commit that atrocity. There is a unique situation for Manyu. And the funniest thing I say, the people the way they come up from Manyu, they are not doing enough. Or at least some of them are doing nothing for change this dynamic, for solve the problem where they happen inside Manyu. And make her not forget the vibrant, dynamic, gallant, young, ambitious mayor for Mafe, where the Amba terrorists kill him, Mayor Ojong. Now remember ye, right? Amazonia terrorists kill you. They lure you into a trap where they tell you say this, so they want for surrender. So the poor young man, he was only I think 30, early 30s. The young man, he come out only with a small bodyguard and a motor, go for bush, for go save your brothers their lives. You go for go receive Amba terrorists the way they say they want surrender. They set trap for you, they wipe you and the bodyguard they kill them. That happened in Manyu. Manyu picking them, killing Manyu people then. There is something wrong inside Manyu. Something has to be done. Now, all these people, the way that they kidnap them, take and go bush. When I don't see and say systematically from QRC Okoyong, Reverend Father Eboki, and a bunch of other Reverend Fathers, them, the burning of Nchang Parish and kidnapping of Reverend Fathers, them, they don't specifically target the Catholic Church inside Manyu. There must be a reason. And you could see and say it is so. Despite some noise, where some people they make them, the Reverend Fathers and the Catholic Church continue for play the game of appeasement. When they try to appease them, but yet they continue for target Una. For sure, when I say it doesn't work. And now why do I don't tell when I say the only way for fight these people them back. Now an eye for an eye. The only way for stop and destroy this terrorism. Now for dialogue with them in a language they understand. Kumkumization. When I see the way where they touch me, but small so I fight them back. I don't personally responsible for at least if it's small 1,000 Amazonia terrorists where they don't be compromised or arrested, they don't move them out of the game. At the very least 1,000 from all over the territorial space of Cameroon. The one with the sunshine, them they catch them in the francophone zone. The one the way they kill them, the infighting where they cause them, they wipe themselves. Now they fight that. They touch me small, I touch them bigly, like how Donald Trump they talk. Yes. But when we now continue with this policy of appeasement, this is the result. They keep coming back for more. Like Reverend Keabi talk, so they see the Catholic Church as a soft target because you continue to do what they want you to do. You continue paying ransoms, you continue appeasing them, and they'll continue coming back for more. They kidnap una Reverend Father, una pay ransom. They come back, they come burn down that church, una still pay ransom. After they don't really come burn down that QRC Okoyon, una still pay ransom. When are you going to fight back? Una see am. As they don't release this Reverend Father, as they know, despite the powers and the influence where they get them, they will not fight back. They will should run a quiet mute. Even like that journalist where they be kidnap you for Fakode, go Holland for Bush. That woman, when I remember the woman, no, I don't forget her name. After a whole CRTV journalist where he get a voice, he get a name recognition, he get the ability for fight back. At least for help the people the way they don't get that same voice and opportunity like ye. But they shouldn't they mute. After they don't pay the ransom, they release them. No, they go shit on them. They just run, say, oh, ma carry my head go. At least their mentality now say, now God don't save me. So maybe I no rattle their cage. What is wrong in that now say? You don't leave the rest of the population for suffer that consequence. You don't see where the way it be evil and where they commit them on other people them, and you get the powers and the ability for stop and make it not happen for another person, but you deliberately, out of your selfishness, despite the fact that you get the resources, whether now a platform, a voice, and the influence to communicate these things them. So as for help other people them, where they don't get the voice where you get them, but you decide deliberately for hold them, hide them. Now, why I always make and tell and say Cameroon they the way we did. No mean that Cameroon government I refer to. I talk about Cameroonians. Cameroonians now people in that way. When their mentality now say when they want clean house now for sweep the thing then put them under the carpet. They never ever agree take the carpet go outside go shake them under sun. Operation Sunshine beat the carpet find broom or bamboo knock them make the dust and dirty come out. Take the carpet go now outside under sun when you want clean them. Okay, and then clean your house fine. When shake the carpet outside, beat them with mortar pistol, and then bring them back now, can put them down after you don't clean them for outside, sunshine them. That's how you clean your house. You don't just sweep the to put them under carpet just because they don't kidnap you. You pay ransom, you come back now, can't stay you inside your house. You think say this so you don't solve a problem. No, you don't just leave the problem for the next time for the next victim, and that is the problem.